Hello to all my beautiful women, and welcome to day 2 of the Finding Yourself Again pop-up training. If you're here with me, just let me know. If you can see me and hear me, just let me know in the comments. Um, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat, but I'm going to try and do my best for you guys to actually be able to hear me. So let me know if you're here, if you're watching, so that I know that I'm not just talking to myself. It looks like from my side as if I can see myself. Let me just check here. I can hear. Okay. I think I can hear myself. Hi, Pinky Panther. How are you? I hope you're well. Okay. Yes. I'm so excited for tonight. We've got a whole lot of work that we need to go through with this training. I hope that you've done your homework for day 1. I hope you've got your workbook. At the very least, I hope that you've got a pen and paper, because we are doing serious work, making serious changes, taking this serious. Okay, without any further ado, let me just get my slideshow presentation going. Slideshow. Slideshow from the current slide. Alrighty. So let me know if you guys can hear me, see me, so I know that you are able to watch me. Just see on my side what I can see. I'm very happy to have you here. I'm very privileged for you to spend your time with me. And it inspires me that you are here for your growth. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay, it seems like everything's working on my side, so we can get going. All right, let's do some revision. I hope that you've listened to day 1's training. If you haven't already, I have pinned it on top of the group. I've also put it in the guides section, in the guides tab of this group. So if you haven't watched day 1, finished listening to day 2 here with us, and go back and listen to day 1. Do you have your workbook printed out? If not, I've also pinned it in the top pins of this group. So go and look for the link with the workbook. Go and download your workbook, print it out so you can have it next to you. At the very least, have screenshots of it or something that you can work through it. Okay. All right. Have you done day 1's homework? Day 1's homework was about writing your story, past, present, and future, and writing an empowering story. So I want to see your homework. I want to see some things in the group. So I want you to engage and share your homework in the group so that we can elaborate on it or collaborate on it. And let me see if I can help you with some things. Let's see what all the women are writing. How's it going? Hi, Antoinette. Thanks for joining us. Pinky Panther says, I'm here with full force. Amazing. I'm happy that you guys are here. I'm very happy. And Antoinette and Pinky has been with me since my Sleeky days. So that's where we know each other from. So they know me from when my hair were buzzed off, right, ladies? Do you remember that? Do you remember me doing burpees? Oh my goodness, that was good days. Okay, all right. I will keep this pop-up training available for 9 days. So on the 31st of August, I'm going to remove all these trainings. So you need to keep up. You need to watch the trainings while they're still available. I've just counted that I've done 6 pop-up trainings so far since starting with this last year in, I think, June. And I don't know when I'm going to host another one again. Okay, so you need to stick with it. Stay up to date. Antoinette says, I remember. Okay. Okay, this training videos will be made available on my online course. It is actually the introduction in my course, because this is, like I said, literally just the subject headings. Pinky Panther says, I remember it very well. Okay. Okay, so you're not doing this training for me, you're doing this for yourself, right? So, day one, we discussed our life story, the past, present, and future. Remember that your friends are still welcome to join us. So I want you to invite them in, let them join. Just tag them perhaps in where they can get their workbook or day one so that they can get started without a struggle. Okay. Um, so if you're here, say hi so I can see who's watching. I see we've already got 4 viewers. Okay. Right. Um, if you are the friend that has been invited, I know Marianne, and then there's another lady that's been inviting a lot of friends, but I know I'm gonna butcher her name if I try and say it. Um, so okay, Lisa Marie is also here. Sorry, can't make it, but we'll watch the catch up. 100% Lisa Marie. Have a great evening. Um, so, if you're the friend who's been invited here, I want you to feel privileged to have a friend that is looking out for your growth. And I want you to go and thank them today. Say thank you for being that friend that wants you to level up with them. Okay, because that's what real friends do. Okay, so what are we covering today? We're covering a lot today, like staying true to yourself, getting comfortable with being different, the 6 fundamental human needs. We're going to talk about your life is like an iceberg. We're talking about the billboard of you. The map is not the territory, and it sounds weird, but I'm going to explain it to you. We're going to talk about assets and liabilities, how your kids and your dog react to you. We're going to talk about your core identity, core values, and the fact that transformation takes time. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Staying true to yourself. Every day, we have an opportunity to review and evaluate our lives. And we can ask ourselves whether we are being true to ourselves. Are you living according to to your values? Because that is called being congruent. Do you even know what your values are? When I say, are you living according to your values? Do you know what it means? What does your values mean? Okay. Or are you lying to yourself, breaking promises to yourself, starting a diet on Monday just to break it again on Wednesday, not living according to your values? Are you saying you're a Christian, but your life isn't reflecting it? Because that is called cognitive dissonance. Okay. Being true to yourself means that you're unapologetically and authentically and uniquely yourself. Okay. I want you to start getting comfortable with being different. Because fitting in is for sardines, okay? All right. Get comfortable with valuing things that others don't value. You don't have to like things that other people do. You are as unique as your fingerprints, and you are allowed to be different. Because if we all are the same, how are we going to stand out? What are the things that you as a person are willing to suffer for in your life? Because there's a saying that says, choose your hard. All right, so if I say choose your hard, what are you choosing? Are you choosing to stay addicted, stay overweight, over discomfort? Are you choosing to stay in a relationship, okay, where your needs aren't being met for security purposes? What are the values that you hold, and what is the hard that you are choosing right now? What are you so passionate about that you're willing to sacrifice your time, your money, and your energy to accomplish it? Okay. Let's talk about the 6 fundamental human needs. Now, this comes from Tony Robbins' teachings. Tony Robbins is one of my mentors. Um, and there are 6 fundamental human needs according to Tony. Okay. The first one is certainty. Certainty is knowing where you're going to live for the next 10 years, knowing what kind of salary comes in every month. Hi, Janice. Certainty is knowing who your partner is, So you are someone that values stability and that certainty. Then we get variety or uncertainty. Some people don't want to live in the same town for 10 years. They actually want to move around. They don't really want to commit to one partner for 25 years. They like variety. Or they want to spice up their lives by having some adventures. Okay. Then we get people who value growth. So, people who value growth, someone like me, I love reading books, doing courses, going for seminars, watching inspirational and motivational and informative YouTube videos and channels and podcasts and everything because I value growth. Okay, if you give me extra money, I'll spend it on my growth every time. Okay, I don't care much for variety, but I value growth. And there's no wrong answer to this, okay? Each and every one of us value different things. You get people who value connection. People who value connection want to have close friends. They want to have a special connection with their spouse, their partner. Um, they value making friends and being a good mom and stuff like that because they value connection. They value having lots of friends and meeting new people. Then another fundamental need is significance. When this is big for you, you want to be seen. You want to be seen and you want to be acknowledged and you want that kind of authority and power position. When you walk into a room, you want people to notice you. Okay. Contribution. If you've got a value of contribution, you want to give. You are a giver. And I think for me, contribution is also a high value for me because I could have kept all of this information to myself. I mean, that's a lot less speedy than creating a whole system around the information that I'm sharing with you tonight. Okay. But I value contribution because I feel that I've got my three girls, and when I'm not no longer here, I want my three daughters to go back and to watch my videos and learn from the lessons that I've learned in my life. Okay. And not just my girls. I want my friends to benefit. I want you to benefit. You who are my new Facebook friends, my old Facebook friends, my previous clients, my new clients, my future clients, to um to benefit from the stuff that I'm learning. Like I explained yesterday, if there's a hole in my road, I want to close it up and fix it so that no one else can fall in that hole. And that's the way I feel because I was in that space, okay, 5 years ago, where I was completely lost. Hi, Annemarie. And Annemarie was there with me, okay? Annemarie went through this with me because I lived in the same apartment flats than Annemarie, okay? I was lost. I was separated from my husband. I didn't know what to do. I was struggling financially. Um, Everything in my life was kind of a mess at that stage. Okay. That's when Annemarie and I met each other. Okay. So I was at this stage where you might be at this moment where you're feeling frustrated because you don't know what the future is going to hold for you, where you're headed, who you actually are, what are your values. You don't even have a clue who you are anymore. Okay. Maybe you went through a divorce or a separation, or maybe you are just finished with a course or want to start studying, but you don't really know what. Okay. Or you are in a stage in your life where your kids moved out of the house and now you're saying to yourself, now what? Who am I now? Okay. So there's an identity shift that happened to you in some or other way, or you lost your job, or you found another job, and you're a bit out of your depth because you don't know where you are, and you don't know what's the future going to hold for you. Okay. So, what is? I want you to write in the comments below. What do you think your highest two fundamental human needs are? Is it certainty? Is it variety? Is it growth? Is it connection? Is it significance? Is it contribution? Like I said, I think my two top ones are growth and contribution on that list. So I want you to write down, what do you think? Annemarie says, "Hi, sorry for being late." No worries, Annemarie. We actually just started. I think you missed like one slide, maybe. So writes down, here's our lady that's been inviting so many of her girlfriends. And I want to pronunciate your name correctly, but I have no idea. I think it's Mananti. Just tell me whether that's right, or just give me the phonetic spelling or something of your name so I can not butcher it. But Mananti, thank you so much for adding so many of your friends, because like I just said in the previous slides, that if you are the person that's inviting your friends, I commend you for it, because um, people need support to grow in the first instance, on the other side of the coin, um, I value people that want their friends to grow, because then you're a good friend. Antoinette says she values growth and contribution. Anna Maria says hers are connection and growth as well. Menanti says connection, contribution. So you will see with the comments coming in that people value different things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's important to know for yourself what your human needs are, because why? You need to know how can you fulfill those needs for yourself. Okay, your spouse, your partner needs to fill those needs for you, but you need to fill them for yourself as well. Okay, don't show up empty and expect someone to fill you up. Okay, you need to come in a relationship whole. Okay, and what are the needs? What are these six human needs? Just go and think about what do you think your spouse's two top level needs are, or your best friend, or your mom, or your child, so that you can make sure that you fulfill that for them. Because if you value of, let's say your spouse values certainty, then they don't want you to go and change your job every 6 months. Okay, they don't want to move around. Okay, if your child values variety, you need to work in some surprises for them and make it interesting for them and go on adventures with them, because that's what they value. Okay, if your mother values growth, buy her a personal development book, seek her for a seminar. Okay, invite her to a group like this. Okay, if your best friend values connection, then make a connection with her. Organize something where you can connect. If yours is significance, make sure you dress to impress. You um, you develop yourself in a way that you can feel significant about your life. And if your need is contribution, make sure that you make a contribution in life, whether it is giving your time, giving your energy, or giving your money. Okay, but make a contribution so that you fill that needs for yourself and for the people around you. Okay. Anybody says certainty and contribution. All right. And it's very interesting to see what the different needs are for different people. Okay. So let's take an example. Anna Marie says she values certainty. Will on an emotional decision? No, she will not, because she values her certainty. Okay. But let's say someone else in this group values variety. Would they, on a whim, decide to take a trip around the world if they got the chance? I think they would, because they value that variety and uncertainty. Okay. And that's what makes us different. And that's what makes us unique. Okay. Your life is like an iceberg. Now, I love using this analogy. If you've watched the movie Titanic, there was an iceberg and you could only see like the top part of the iceberg, but the much bigger part were underneath the water. Okay, so an iceberg is a good metaphor to represent how much of ourselves we choose to reveal to others, because only a small percentage of the whole iceberg is actually visible above the surface, and that is the parts that you show to other people. But much larger than that is the parts that only you know, the private parts of yourself, the struggle. I mean, you see me now on this video. Do I can explain my life story to you, the parts that I want to explain to you, but do you know the deeper stuff? Not unless I show it to you. Okay, the largest and most influential part remains unseen below the surface. So I want you to start thinking about what are the parts of you that people see, and what are the parts of you that people don't see. Okay, the billboard of you. Now, if you had to advertise yourself on a billboard in the middle of a busy city, what would be on that billboard of yourself? And what are you putting on that billboard? Because your body, your personality, the way you show up, the stuff you show to people, that is the billboard that you are showing in this busy city, which we call the world. Okay. That is what you're showing to other people. So become aware and make some changes to ensure that people don't judge you unfairly or make false assumptions about you, who you are, based on how you present yourself. So if you tell me, Jana, I'm not someone that wears makeup, good for you, honey. But just think about how other people perceive you. And is that how you want them to perceive you? Okay, so make sure that the image that you're projecting to the world is how you want people to see you. Okay, if um if your mother-in-law comes to visit and your house is a mess, okay, is that what you want to portray to your stepmother or to your mother-in-law and to the world? Or is there another way that you can present yourself? Because it's easy to make the right impression on someone if you're actually aware of it and if you're cognitive of it. Okay, so are you aware and mindful of how you're coming across to other people? What do you advertise on your billboard? What are you presenting to the world? Are you showing the parts that you want people to see? Let's talk about the map. It's not the territory. Now, if I've got a map, right, and on that map, if I view it from the front, there's a tree, and then there's a body of water, and then there is a fence. Okay, but now you hold the map on the other side of me. You're across from me, and from your side, you see the fence, the body of water, and then the tree. And now we are bickering to and fro because I see the tree, the body of water, the fence, and you see the fence, the body of water, the tree. Both of us are correct, but we are seeing from different perspectives. So every time you have a conversation with someone where you are not agreeing on something, just remember that the map is not the territory, meaning that the map doesn't show you from a bird's eye perspective. Okay, you're only seeing things from what you have been conditioned to see as a child or growing up, what your circumstances and belief systems and all of this, your culture, all of that makes you see things in a certain way, and someone else growing up totally different sees it from a different perspective. So your perception and my perception is different. And perception isn't everything, because what someone else sees on the outside may not at all be what's going on the inside. Okay, people may, let's say people at work judge you unfairly. They say you're not really serious about your job. Do they know what's going on inside you? No, they don't. Okay, that's just their perception. Okay, how people perceive you could be totally different from how you perceive yourself. So weigh the perceptions and the definitions against what's realistic and fair. So if you see someone and you want to make a judgment on them, just remember that, like I said with that iceberg, you're only seeing what they're showing you right now. You are not seeing their whole life story. I think, yeah, I can't remember that example. I wanted to share an example about it was two men sitting across from each other on a train, and then they were the one man's children were playing and making a noise in the train, and the guy was just sitting there staring out the window, and Other guy got kind of irritated because this guy is not controlling his kids or making them be quiet for the rest of the train. And at a stage in this whole scenario, the other guy got so upset that he confronted this man and said, "Listen, can't you please do something about your kids? They are running amok in this train. Nobody can get peace and quiet. Please." And the guy looked up with tears in his eyes and he said, "I'm very sorry. I didn't even notice. My wife just died yesterday. Um, I'll get them under control." So what I'm just saying to you is I want to challenge you to uh, to just weigh your perceptions and definitions against what's realistic and fair. Okay, we don't know people's story. We don't know the background. So let's not judge too harshly. And let's see, is there evidence for or against what our judgments are? Okay. Let's talk about assets and liabilities. While your assets and your liabilities do include your earthly possessions and your monetary value, it also includes the value of the work you do, the people that surround you, the enjoyment or the disappointments that you have to go through, and the value and the appreciation that you get from being who you are. So, which people, habits, attitudes, and activities in your life add to your life and which detract from your life? Let's take people first. Okay. Think in your mind's eye, which people are actually holding you back in life. And I'm sure a name is popping up or a face is popping up. Which of those people are actually adding so much value to your life? Think about that. Let's see if you can think of a name or a face. Now let's look at the habits. What are some of the habits that you think are assets in your life? What are you doing well? What are the habits that you think you are doing very well? Think about something. Like, for instance, having a great morning routine. For me, it is my habit of reading and writing. I read every day or study, and I write every day. Okay. So that is a good habit that I've got. What are some bad habits that you're harboring that is not doing you or your life any good? That is a liability for your life. What are some of the attitudes that you have that are assets for other people and for yourself? And what are some of the attitudes that you have that's actually anchoring you, that is prohibiting you from growing, prohibiting you from getting that promotion at work, prohibiting you from connecting with people? What are the activities in your life that adds to your life? Do you do a park run on Saturdays? And I don't know if it's even open anymore. But for me, my mom and I, we walk, okay, 3 times a week. Okay, we take a walk, and here where I live, we've got a big, pretty mountain that we walk towards and back, and it's healing for the soul and the body because mom and I get to talk, and the body gets some exercise. So it's a lovely activity in my life. But what are the activities that actually detract from your life, that are liabilities? And now I want to throw something at you, a little frisbee. How do your kids and your dog react to you when you come home? Okay. Because a lot can be drawn from simply watching how your kids and your dog react to you coming home. Are they actually happy to see you? Or do they disappear when you come into the room? That's just a little thought to ponder. I don't want you to answer that in the group, but I want you to think about that. What impact do you have on the people around you? Core identity. What do you do for a living? And you can write it in the comments below if you feel like you want to. You can write in the comment below, what do you do for a living? Okay. Let's see if we can get some answers. Let's take a sip of water here. I hope you guys are taking notes. Okay. And how are you, you? What are the behaviors and preferences and styles that make you, you? Okay. Antoinette says she's an external auditor. Anna Maria says she's a lawyer and a business coach. Menanti says she's a she's into property management. Okay. How are you, you? What are the preferences, styles, and behaviors that people associate with you? Are you someone that's curses a lot? Are you someone that likes to dress up? Are you okay? I'm kind of back, but I see that I'm very dark. So I'm just gonna share my screen. We're just gonna keep carrying on with the slideshow and just don't mind my head that's in darkness. Slideshow. Okay, slideshow. Slideshow from current slide. Sorry about that, ladies. I hope you guys are still with me. Okay, So your I am statement is who you really are. This is how you describe who you are. Okay, sorry about my face being dark, but I can't do anything. I need to restart my laptop actually if I want to fix my face on my StreamYard. Okay, so your core values. Core values are the points, are the stuff that points you to your true north. For example, when you've got to make a choice, but your values are conflicting. Let's say you're in a job um, and you have to make a decision between and honesty and let's say certainty. Okay, so now your boss asks you to do something that is a little bit illegitimate. Okay, now you will choose actually to do what you value. Okay, because you're gonna, if your honesty, you value honesty higher than you value your certainty, um, you are going to say to them, sorry, then I'd rather lose my job because I value my honesty higher. If your certainty, if your core value is certainty, you're going to rather try and keep your job than be honest. So that is what your core values is, your compass that will keep you from doing what you, oh my soul, now I started from the beginning. So your let's just get this right because it's distracting me now. It is playing around with my ADHD. Day 2. Okay, we're nearly done. Okay, core values. Okay. Slideshow from current slide. Alrighty then. Okay. Okay, so in this, in the homework section, we are going to discern and see what are your top 10 values. I've got a list of values listed there, and there's a little exercise that we are going to see what are your top 10 values, because you need to know that. You need to know what your values are, because then it is much easier to make your decisions when you know your top values, right? Okay, so we're going to do that. And then I want to say that transformation takes time. If you think that you are going to change your life with a 5-day pop up training, it doesn't work that way, girlfriend. Transformation takes time. It is not going to take you just 5 days. Um, it took you years to learn the behaviors and things that you're doing right now. Um, and it's going to take you years to fix it. Okay. It took me 5 years to be where I'm at today. Okay. This is an introduction. This 5-day pop-up training is just a wake-up call because I want you to think a little bit differently about your life. But like I said, this is just the subject headings. It took me literally 5 years, over 450 books, various courses, certificates, and diplomas to be where I'm at today. Okay. And if you think by yourself, yes, I'll get there eventually. Really? Do you really have 5 years to waste? Okay. Because it took me 5 years full time. In that time, the only time I worked is like I worked for, I think it was 11 months. I've worked as a financial officer for 11 months in that 5-year period. For the rest of it, I was busy with this transformation of mine. Okay. Yes, I had my weight loss clients and I was a coach, but I was working on my transformation full time. Okay. But I want to say to you, it is worth it. It is worth it, even if it takes time. Okay. And that's what I kind of want to give to you. I want to give you that little shortcuts so that it doesn't take you 5 years. Because do you have another 5 years to waste, or can you do it in a year? Okay, that's what a guide does. A guide shows you the little shortcuts in the forest. Okay, because I already went through that. I know which books I read that meant nothing to me. I know which courses I took which were really duds. Okay, I know the information that made the transformation, the shift for me. Okay, and that's what I want to teach you guys. And it's not just going to take me 5 days. Okay. So again, Wednesday, tomorrow, we're going to talk about a special invitation to work with me. I'm going to tell you what is my offer, what is the things that I do that I'm offering. And then you can take me up on that invitation if you want to. And I promise you that it's going to be an amazing journey of discovery, transformation, exploration. Um, or you can take 5 years. Okay. The choice is yours. Um, I just want to remind you that there is still 2 spots up for grabs for my online course. It is an amazing course. It's all of the information. It's my life's work, and if I say life's work, it's the 5 years I took to get to know what I know. Um, so you can win that if you invite your friends, if you engage in the group as much as you can, if you show up for the lives and you there. Okay, for this pop-up training, there's no implementation sessions, but do the homework, post about it, be engaged, and you can stand a chance to win one of 2 of this course giveaways, and it's to the value of $1,250. Okay. Okay, we're almost done. I'm just going to share with you your homework. Your homework is to find out what your top values are. So, in your workbook, if you haven't already downloaded your workbook, you need to go and download the workbook so you can work with us, right? Look at what your top values are there. There's an exercise in day 2. And if you're brave, I want you to share a video or a post and share with us what your values are. Now, my values my top values are actually faith, freedom, and mastery. I value that mostly. And then contribution, and the other one is leadership. Okay, so that is my top 5, but I've actually got 12 values that I value, and I'm using it daily. It's on my wall. It's attached to Bible verses that has meaning to me. If you actually scroll down in the group, a few posts down, you will see I've posted some of my values there with the Bible verses and stuff, just to make it real for yourself, right? So go and do that values exercise today, and then post about your homework, post about your past, present, future story, post about your values so I can see, and let's discuss it. Let's have a nice conversation around it. Um, and why I say take notes and do the homework and do the implementation, remember, knowledge isn't power, but the application of knowledge is power. So people who actually write stuff down are more likely to reach their goals. I hope you guys I can see you guys are still with me. Just let me know in the comments below if you were able to hear this last bit, so that I'm making sure that you got all the information that you needed to get. Sorry about the interruption and the dip in the Wi-Fi, but that's unfortunately I could not do nothing about that. And then just thanks again for being here, for spending this time, for investing this time in yourself, in your growth. Keep up. If you haven't watched day 1, go back and go watch day 1. Get your workbook, and I'll see you, lovely ladies, again tomorrow for the for day 3. All right. So just get back to my StreamYard. All right, ladies. Unfortunately, you can't really see my face. It's a bit dark. So if you really look with very sharp eyes and you've eaten all your carrots, you'll perhaps see my face. But we'll see each other again tomorrow. Mananti says, yes, thank you. Have a blessed evening all. Okay. Thanks so much, everyone. Love you. Bye-bye.